What in the world is this old picket fence doing in my episode today? Well, we are going to take one of these old pickets and turn it into something beautiful. Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a picket to perfection. Come on. Hey, everybody. I'm Soozie, and this is Soozie's Stuff. Welcome to station KDIY Channel 146. I'm so happy you're here. I would love it if you'd click and subscribe and then click the bell to be notified when I upload a new episode. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up or even a comment. So don't touch that dial. Let's go make some stuff. This whole episode today is about this poor old picket from an old fence. We're just going to use one, and I cut it into 4 pieces using my miter saw from Walmart. I love that thing. And so we're going to make 4 projects. And our first project today is called Make a Wish. And I'm just using my sanding block from Dollar Tree, getting it all prepped and ready to go. And I'm using this wax paper from Dollar Tree as well. I've been loving this stuff to use as a little mat underneath while I paint. It's so easy to clean up and it's great to have. So grab you some wax paper from Dollar Tree. We're going to start off by using some Bahama Blue apple barrel paint, and I'm just going to use an old brush, and I just put a little bit of white in there and a touch of water, and we're just going to kind of wash it over the whole board. I kind of want to keep the blue sort of in the center and let it sort of fade out on the sides. And now that that's dry, I'm just taking a little bit of black paint and a small brush, and we're going to make the stems of our little dandelions. And I don't know what happened, but I didn't have that footage, but you can see I've made 3 little lines for the stem. Now I'm just using a little piece of sponge that I kind of tore off and made a jagged little edge for the dandelion itself. So I kind of went into a circle motion, and I make 3 of them. This is so incredibly easy to do. Do not think you can't do it. I also grabbed one of those little skewers and kind of dabbed some paint in that. And now I'm just making the little beautiful little wispy things that are blowing away, making our wishes. And I just make a kind of a sideways line, and then I'm going to pull down and make a little line going down, but they're flying away. And that's pretty much it on that part. So now I'm going to be using these Dollar Tree rub-off letters. I love these, and I was a little worried that they wouldn't rub off very well on the board because it's a really rustic board. And so I just put them on, and I used my popsicle stick, and it really worked out great. I was so surprised and so happy. Also, make sure you have a pair of tweezers. They come in handy, especially with some other projects we're doing today. So grab you a pair of tweezers, pull that right off, and ta-da! We're ready to go. I'm just going to add a few more little seeds that are flying away. Wasn't sure where to put them until I got my words down. But I'm loving how this is turning out. It just is so easy. And we're going to add a little bit of jute twine on each end to finish it up. I love how this turned out. That old ugly board turned into something spectacular. I love the turquoise color against the white. You could use any colors that you like, and I just think you should make a wish and find all your supplies and make yours today. Okay, Okay, board number 2 is called Spring Flower Sign. And so I'm going to actually use the same technique as I did with the previous DIY, but I'm going to be using some white. Just some white apple barrel acrylic paint. And we're going to, once again, just kind of focus towards the center and make it all white. And I got this beautiful metal flower from Dollar Tree. I'm sure you've seen them. They're out all around, and I picked up one, and I was going to actually use the welcome sign, but I decided not to. And what we're going to do is just paint this with 3 different colors. I'm going to start out by, I kind of bend the middle ones out just so I can get underneath them, but we're going to use 3 different colors. I'm going to be using some white and some pink, and then we're going to use some antique wax. So I just did 1 coat of the white, and now I'm using this apple barrel pink polish, and I'm just going to kind of wash it over the top. The white wasn't quite dry yet, which was perfect because I got the perfect kind of pink that I wanted. But now that that's dry, although there's some places that aren't dry, but I'm using this Waverly Wax antique paint, and we're just going to sort of antique it, make it a little rustic and old. I love that little sponge brush. It works perfectly when you're doing something like this. And so it's just kind of like wherever you feel like you want to put the wax antique paint, and just play around with it. Nothing's perfect, and it'll come out great just for you. Okay, so now this next part is a little tricky, but not hard. I want to write out the word spring using some jute twine. And I got this idea from my friend, and I know that I've mentioned him before. His name is Dave from Dave's Recent Things. He's so awesome, and he made something like this during Valentine's, and he wrote out the word love. So I thought, hey, I'm gonna use this and make the word spring come out. So I kind of, and I don't think you can really see it there, but I penciled out the word spring with my pencil so I kind of know where I'm going. And it worked out really well. I'm just using my hot glue gun, just going slow and doing a little bit at a time. And here's where my tweezers come in handy again. I'm just kind of tapping it together, and it just worked out great. I was really a little nervous, but it came out great. I loved it. So now that's complete. I really, really like how it turned out. And the last simple thing is to hot glue our beautiful pink flower onto our sign, and we are done. Oh my goodness, I love rustic wood. There are endless ideas of what you can do with them. So what do you think of this one? I think it would be beautiful on the shelf. You could even add a hanger on top and hang it on your back patio. But I just think it's beautiful. You can make your flower any color that you like. So grab some jute twine and a metal flower from Dollar Tree and create your sign today. And now for our third board. It is called the Butterfly Garden. And this one, I'm using a white can from Dollar Tree, these little mini cans. And I love that it's already kind of shiny and white. They have all different kinds of colors. So I just grabbed the white because I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. I wanted to add some black apple barrel acrylic paint around the edges to make it look very old and rustic and very enamel looking. And so these little bottles of acrylic paint are 50 cents at Walmart. And so I love picking up all different kinds of colors. So grab those today. They're great for your stash. This little white can is perfect for adding that farmhouse flair. And so I also added a little speck or two of the black to make it look really rustic where it had maybe chipped off some of the enamel. So these are the mini little stickers at Dollar Tree, and they really have gotten a lot of cool stickers in lately. But these little teeny ones are perfect for this can. And once again, you need some tweezers to add them on. And we're just spelling out Butterfly Garden. And some other new supplies they have at Dollar Tree are these little wooden cutouts. And these were some butterflies that I found. Whoops, one's trying to fly away. But they're laser cut, they're gorgeous, there's 6 in this pack. And I really liked the natural wood that they came, but I decided to add some white, just using my little sponge brush and painting those on the top so that they'll pop off of our old piece of wood. Dollar Tree also has a great selection of floral picks, and these were some wildflowers, and I chose the turquoise and purple. I just think that would be beautiful for a butterfly garden. You can choose any colors that you like, so we're just going to cut those down and add them to our can. I think this piece that we're creating today would look so pretty out on your patio or on a front entrance. So we're just going to be hot gluing this can to the board, and then we'll add the butterflies on top. I used a ton of hot glue, had to hold it on there. Sometimes I'm a little impatient and I want to move it around, but just be patient. The glue will dry and it will stick very well to this board. And now for the final touch, our little butterflies, and just hot glued those right on. Way to go, Dollar Tree, for giving us all these really cool supplies. This turned out so whimsical, so cute, and I think it's going to be perfect on your patio. The one thing I didn't add was a little hanger, but you can do that with a piece of jute twine at the top. I like to sit things around, but I may be hanging this one up. But our little bunnies are enjoying the butterflies, and I hope that you can find all these supplies at Dollar Tree and make your butterfly garden today. And our last little piece of wood today is called the bunny sign. And I'm going to be using some ribbon to cover it. And of course I took it outside and gave it a good sanding to get it all smooth. This ribbon I picked up at Walmart. I love the stripes on it. So we're just going to be using that to hot glue across the center and make sure it's super tight. One thing that I have never been able to find at Dollar Tree are those little wooden plaques that you find that are in like a little package of 6. Never have I found them, and I think that I've been to probably 10 to 15 stores. I think if I did find them, I'd probably faint right there in the aisle. I don't know, I can just never find them. So I ordered some from Amazon, and these were all square. They came in a small, medium, large size, and I will link that down below if you would like to purchase them as well. I printed out this Easter Bunny label from the graphicsfairy.com. It's a wonderful website that has many free printables, and this sheet was already ready to go, and I just printed it out on some cardstock. So as you saw earlier, I did a little whitewash to my squares, and then I'm going to use my glue stick to add the printouts on each of the squares. I just love these little bunnies. They're perfect. And even though, Easter will be over soon. I just think this is a great piece to keep up because it is so springy. And I'm just going to add some jute twine down below, and this project is complete. I think it's precious, simple, and just a little touch of Easter and spring. Well, this old piece of wood sure did get a makeover, and it sure needed it. It came out stunning. I absolutely love those beautiful vintage bunnies. I hope that you can go to the graphics fairy and find some great spring pictures for yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this last DIY of our Picket to Perfection. I hope you enjoyed all of our projects today. They sure were fun and easy to create with just one piece of an old board. We cut it up and we created something spectacular. So thank you for subscribing, but most of all, thanks for being my friend. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and even a comment. I would love to hear from you. I'll see you next time on Soozie's Stuff, KDIY Channel 146. Bye, everybody.